Okay, so now that we're all set with our cross beam here, what we need to do is we need to lay out for our what's labeled as side beams, or they're actually called girts, which connect from bent to bent. So if you look at our sheets here, so we're going to call this one column A1. So that means our girt is going to come in, we're going to roll it over, it's going to come in on this side. Okay, so if we go back to page 45 of our packet, you'll see here 6 inches below the side beam, or the cross beam rather, is the top of our side beam or our girt. So what I'm going to do is I've already made a line here. I measured down 6 inches. I made my line. That's to the top of the girt. I'm going to go down another 6 inches, make a mark. I'm going to strike another line. That's the bottom of my girt. And just to give you an idea, your cross beam will be right here, going this direction. Your girt is going to come in now like this, and it's going to connect from beam to beam, or bent to bent. There'll be a tenon on your girt. We're going to do another mortise into our column. So we do the layout, same process for laying out this mortise as our last one, except we will not be putting in, there's no need for a bearing ledge on this one. The girts simply keep the bents from spreading apart, so there's really not much of a load bearing on it. So we lucked out again here, and it's easy. We're at 6 1/8, so 3 1/16 is going to be our center line. And then from our center line, what we're going to do is we'll come down 1 inch from the top. We're going to come up 1 inch from the bottom. And then we're going to go 1 inch to the left and right. Take our straight edge, and there it is. This section here will all be taken out for mortise. The only difference here is we're not going to make this mortise 4 inches deep. We're actually going to make it 3 inches deep. And it turns out to be a through mortise if you go from bent to bent as you go down the structure. Here we're only doing 2 bents, but we only want to go about halfway through the material. So that's going to take our tenon length down to 3 inches. So same process as before. We're going to line up our drill to take out a bulk of the material. Gotta be careful not to go outside your lines here. our combination square. Check our depth as we go. We're almost there. There we go. So I'll repeat the process, and then I'll trace out my mortise with the chisel and take the rest of the material out. Same process as our crossbeam mortise. Again, the only difference is there is no bearing ledge. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll come back.